This ain't love, it's clear.
Friday, it is the end of the work week, and you know what the weekend holds for you? Awesome music. The Tumon Bay Youth Orchestra will be playing for you, for me, for the entirety of Guam at 4 p.m. at the Agana Shopping Center in the Center Court, offering you their amazing music. These are talented youngsters who have the gift of expression through music in their heart and in their souls, and they're going to come together and just put on an incredible performance. Ladies, I was going to say good morning. I was going to say let's rock and roll, but that's probably the worst thing you can say to two proper orchestral musicians. So we have Margie here, and she is with the Guam Philharmonic Foundation. Margie Haffaday, good morning.
Good morning, Jason.
Is it really like anathema to say rock and roll to people in an orchestra? Probably.
I don't know. We have a jazz band.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
So I don't think so. But
okay.
Yes, I'd like to just say a short background of the Tumon Bay Youth Orchestra.
Sure.
The Tumon Bay Youth Orchestra, and we call it TBYO for short, is a gold award winner of the 2019 Australian International Music Festival. The ensemble is led by resident conductor, and she'll speak in a minute. And members of the TBYO are comprised of youth ages 25 and under. And they come from UOG, GCC, and Guam's public, private, defense, and home schools.
How many from Sanchez? I got to ask. How many from Sanchez? How many Sharks you got?
I can't say for sure. Maybe at least a couple.
There you go. Okay, that's my school. So you always got to have a Shark or two.
Yes.
That's a well-rounded group. Of course, and that was the voice of Amanda Bateman, and Amanda is the resident conductor. We also have in the KM News Zoom room Justine Ju. She is the concert master.
Yes, and so this past February 2022, the string section of the orchestra was featured in a public performance after a nearly 2-year hiatus because of the mandates and all the restrictions. You know, we couldn't have the whole band, and we were very excited. And the complete orchestra will get to perform all together for the first time in over 2 years. So we would like to invite everyone to come out. And I'd like to give the mic over to Amanda Bateman, our resident conductor.
Real quick, ladies, sorry, don't mean to cut in, but you guys are already getting shout-outs on Facebook. Somebody who I believe you know, someone who has made a name for himself in Guam music too, Brandon Eidlet, is saying, "Oh my gosh, Amanda," and "Oh my gosh, Justine."
Okay, Amanda, take it away.
Yes, we're very excited to end our concert season publicly at Agana Shopping Center with the full orchestra. We've had our challenges along the way as far as our restrictions. We had a great concert in February with just the strings, and then a great concert in March with just our wind section as well. So it's exciting to finally see everyone come together and do this big thing. Finally, you know, no huge restrictions. Things are finally getting better. So it's just a wonderful experience. Mm-hmm. For this upcoming concert, without giving too much away for the program, you should expect to hear pieces from film score, the stage, so ballet, opera, and maybe some pop hits along the way as well. So maybe you can throw in the word rock and roll. It might work.
Okay, so something for everybody, a nice medley.
Yes.
That's cool.
Been the theme that I programmed for this year has been music from stage and screen. So things that the students recognize, things that the audience might recognize, and also teaching the students and the members along the way about some different opera and film score music they haven't heard before.
Amanda, how much of a challenge is that? Because I appreciate how you just said that, you know, you programmed it and you set everything up. So it's not just the selection of the musical pieces, but also the order in which they're presented. So how difficult was that?
I personally like to just choose a theme and kind of run with it. Besides that, I really like to assess the group that I'm working with. So TBYO is an audition-based program. So it's nice to be able to see their abilities before I really meet them. And then I can just gauge as far as how I can challenge the musicians while also making sure they're having fun with the music. So that's been both a challenge and also an absolute joy to do for this past season.
Absolutely. Justine, what are your roles as the concert master, and what are your responsibilities in making sure that this performance goes off without a hitch?
Sorry, that's my school orchestra going on. My role as a concert master really is making sure that we're all kind of united as one group. In particular, I take care more of the string section because as a concertmaster, I am the violinist. So I am kind of just like making sure we're all knowing each of our parts. And I think the main thing about an orchestra is it's not something that's like a solo kind of effort. It's very much a group effort and we need to work together. And so in order for us to do that, I guess having a concertmaster kind of be there to watch over everything and make sure, we're all in tune, we're all like working together, we have the same bowings, same kind of strokes. It really helps make the orchestra more unified.
Can I ask, ladies, has it been in any way like awkward or weird to actually like perform again as a unit and do those whole things when you have the group dynamic and you're making beautiful music together? You've got to use your peripheral vision to kind of see like, okay, is someone starting or stopping like in the right tempo, and then you've got to use your ear and make sure that like everybody's around, because I know I've played guitar like a couple times, right? And playing in a band is such an incredible blessing to be able to do something collectively. And then when you do it solo, and I guess in the case of the pandemic, when you're forced to quarantine and not be able to create art together and everything like that, it can be very lonely.
I think actually as an orchestra member, it's a skill that we learn over time, just to kind of be aware of the people around us and be aware of, when people are going and just knowing, kind of like feeling them along with the music. And so I guess that's something that I've learned as being part of an orchestra since the 5th grade is kind of having this sense of where my other peers are coming in and just being just grouped together with them. And yes, because of the pandemic, it has been quite like very lonely during those 2 years that we weren't together. But I think coming back has been a really great experience, and we just kind of jumped right in. Thanks to our great conductor, we were like challenged with these pieces, and it's just a very fun experience to be in orchestra.
Aw, feeling the love, man. So Amanda, what has it been for you to actually be able to go there and and to direct and to guide, but then to also see and literally feel the result of the group being together again and creating something as one?
I think what's amazing about a rehearse-based group is that you feel the power every time you rehearse. So having the final moment when you perform it all together is its own reward, but you have the same reward every single week when you rehearse together. You have the mistakes along the way, you have the laughs along the way. We try to have a lot of fun while also keeping things nice and serious in rehearsal. So being able to present it to the public and, being back in the public, feeling the nerves of performing again, because you don't get the nerves when you're by yourself. I think that's what's natural about being a performing musician. So it's great having all those feelings again.
That's crazy, because I would only get nervous when I would be by myself, or if I would have like a solo spot. Like I would always rely on, on my bandmates, to lift me up and to ride off of the rhythm section, or, whatever the piece called for. Any cobwebs or anything like when you guys finally like got back together, as far as, everybody being in sync or on the same page? Any fine tuning you guys needed to do?
Not so much, besides the restrictions that were a little bit difficult. We had to rehearse with, at one time, only 10, at sometimes less than 25. I think that was our biggest challenge, but we're very grateful for our sponsors along the way and those that helped us getting better rehearsal spaces. We're thankful for, our situation subsiding so we could get back into rehearsing as a full group. So as far as the group, we're a well-oiled machine at this point. So I don't think we had too many challenges along the way.
May I ask how many members are there in the orchestra?
We average about 40 members.
40 members.
That's big.
That's big.
Yeah.
Yes. It takes quite a bit of a director or a conductor to put all these wonderful people together to play in sync and all the time. You talk about 4-piece band, rock and roll band. It seems relatively easy when you're dealing with only 3 other people, but 40 people, my lord.
And the one thing I've always appreciated, and of course, we got Brandon. We got another shout out right now. Let me whoops. Okay, and this one is for Justine, gets another shout out from Heijun Wan, saying, "Go Justine."
Thank you.
Okay, so one thing I've always appreciated about about youth ensembles on Guam, or like orchestras, or about bands and everything, is especially when you guys play in like a place like the Agana Shopping Center, right? Because there are people that that walk around there like on a Saturday or a Sunday. They may have gone there to say, okay, let's pay our phone bill, or we got to go pick up detergent and everything. And then the little ones walk by and they see the passion and the joy with which you all play, and and they see the product and they hear this amazing music that affects them in a way that even they might not be able to really explain. But the first thing they do is they look up and they're like, "Mommy, I want to do that." So how does it feel to you guys? And even though you may be youngsters yourselves and everything, to have that kind of impact on a new generation, or maybe even like older people like myself.
That's actually really funny because I grew up exactly like that. I remember when I first saw a band play, I said, I want to do that. And I told myself, growing up, going to school, going to college, I said, I want to be able to influence kids to do that. So being able to be in that position and experiencing that, I think that's my favorite part about some of the concerts, besides the performing, is meeting the community members and meeting the young people that say, I want to do that, or what instrument is that? And it's the best feeling, having those questions and the enthusiasm from the community, and especially the young ones that want to do that in the future. So we have to keep them going on that path and let them be able to follow that.
Okay, I got to ask something because, from my days, like back at FB Leon middle school, there was always this competition within everybody who was in band, who was going to be first chair, second chair. Talk about the competition, competition is healthy, right? But is there a little bit of, I want to make sure that I'm the featured piece, or if you play a stringed instrument, or if you play, one of the percussive instruments, is there any? Yeah.
I would say that different orchestras have different philosophies. Definitely in a professional setting, it is about whoever your best player is will sit first chair. Mm-hmm. I personally believe, especially since we do have young people that are students in school, we go as low as middle school and as high as, the collegiate level. I try to give each member the chance to pull different parts. That way, when they go into the professional setting later on, if they choose to, then they have experience on first parts or second parts, or some of them play different instruments. I like to lead in that way. Even we've had a couple of other members sit concert master just to kind of try it out, to feel what it's like to lead. But we always, of course, have our official who sits first and who sits second, etc.
I can see Justine's like, that's my chair. Justine, how long have you been a concert master?
I'm very willing to give the position to, other people to, everyone deserves a chance. And honestly, it's very nice being in the concert master chair. It's a different experience, definitely. And so just giving everyone that opportunity is really nice.
And that's why you're all great leaders. And Margie, I was going to say, you probably got the easiest job on planet Earth, because when you have such amazing young people who are so giving, and obviously they've got the teamwork aspect down pat, is your job even work, or do you just basically say, okay, here's when you guys show up and everything like that, and then just give them the keys to the Corvette and let them take over?
Right. When I'm in front, everything is calm. In the back, we're hectic. We're trying to raise money. We're trying to do all these things in the back.
Sounds like
so
KUM.
People don't know this. But I also wanted to mention one of our members, Elizabeth Mamzars. She performed at the Carnegie Hall in New York City in March, and she won a gold medal for her violin solo. So we're very excited. She'll be there on Sunday, right, Amanda?
Yes, she will.
Yeah. So they're just incredible musicians. They're young, and I'm really excited for the future of Guam. And this Sunday, we're actually going to be able to have chairs for the audience. For the past few months, we could not have chairs or an audience because of the restrictions. So you can actually come, and if you come early, you can get a good seat. So come early, shop, and then get some food, and then come and sit down and enjoy the orchestra, because they are really so very talented, and they're the youth, they're the young people of Guam, and
yes,
I'm really excited about that. But I'd also like to thank our sponsors.
Yes, please.
Because this season, without sponsors, we could not have done it. And I wanted to mention some of the sponsors that really got us through the pandemic was Black Construction. We had Bauman, Shoe and Black Law Firm, United Chinese Association of Guam, Wendy's, Cold Stone Creamery, World Theater Production, individuals, Anna Wang Cao, Jane Kennedy, Fisher Huseman PC, Ting Realty, and Andrew Cho Park and Roberto Freccasini. But the biggest,
Mr. Fracassini is a friend of ours, ladies. He also, have you guys ever heard him play? He's a mean flautist. He can wail on that thing. He's a very, very good jazz flautist.
Yes. Our biggest supporter this year was the Rescue Plan Act funding, ARP funding, the National Endowment for the Arts, the Guam Council on the Arts and Humanities Agency, Government of Guam, and the Office of the Governor. So without these supporters, this season would not have been possible. Thank everyone for their contributions to keep us going. But very excited for Sunday, ladies.
Support
Please
the arts,
come and
everybody.
watch. Yes, you won't be sorry.
Okay,
Is there any last words for the ladies?
Well, I was gonna say one more shout out if I may. Nelson Zhu says proud of you, Justine, and Tumon Bay Youth Orchestra.
Nelson. And also,
man, you guys are getting the feels.
Justine's last name is pronounced Shu.
Shu,
right,
okay.
I'm so sorry. I
Yes.
made that mistake to Jason. So
No worries.
Okay.
Especially if her dad, Nelson, is listening.
I did want to give you ladies, some time to make maybe your final pitch of invite people to come out. But I wanted to say, and thank you, Margie, for telling that, another Guam musician has played in, a prestigious place like Carnegie Hall. And so I wanted to ask both Justine and Amanda, if you had your choices of venues where you could play, where you could perform, and you could exhibit, your gift, where would you play? Amanda, you're up first. Sydney Opera House, maybe? Grand Ole Opry?
I actually have to say I'm very lucky I have been able to perform in the Sydney Opera House thanks to musicians in Guam and opportunity. There's so many beautiful and old buildings as well, opera houses, performance halls in Europe. I would be grateful to perform in any one of them.
Nice.
It could be wherever all the greats were, like Mozart and Haydn and all of the opera composers. I'd love to be anywhere there.
Absolutely. That would be fantastic. Justine, how about you? If you had your choice of, not assignments, but you had your choice of places where you could, share your gift with the world, where would you perform?
With the orchestra, I was actually really lucky to be able to go to the Sydney Opera House, and we were able to perform there together when we won at the Australian Music Festival. So I feel like next on our list, if we were to go to Carnegie Hall and kind of all be in that very prestigious setting, I think I'd just be completely starstruck at the fact that we're in that hall together, and that's so exciting to me.
And then all you guys got to do, just take your places and then crush it. Represent Guam, man. Okay. Yep. That being the case, it's obvious everybody wants to attend, but we'll give you guys both the opportunity now to invite the community to come out 4 o'clock at the Agana Shopping Center Center Court.
Yes, please come support the orchestra. It is free of charge. Again, you can expect any type of pieces. If you like opera, if you like ballet even, there's going to be some film score you might recognize. Hint, hint, one of the movies we're playing is on Netflix right now. So you might recognize one of the movies of the music that we'll be playing. So there's something for everybody.
Can I Google this? Oh, man, now you got me thinking about it.
You have to come
and see for yourself.
Oh, I'm definitely going to be there.
So Amanda, I know that last time you had two performances. So is Sunday's performance just at 4? Just one performance, or?
Yes, it'll be just one performance at 4.
Okay. So don't miss it. Come early, everyone.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're amazing.
Justine, any final word? We'll give you the last word.
We just spent so much time working on these pieces, and we really did work our hardest to be able to perform after such a long time. And so we hope everyone in the community is able to come and support and just have a good time. Thank you.
Beautiful music. And shout out to those birds in the background. They sound wonderful. Thank you.
I'll tell them that.
They're awesome. You guys are awesome too. So thank you for sharing, your passion again, your gift. You guys are such an inspiration, to people of all ages, and we will definitely see you guys at 4 o'clock at the Agana Shopping Center.
See you there, Jason.
All
See
right.
you there, Guam.
So that's
Thank you so much.
Tumon Bay Youth Orchestra is going to be in the house, everybody. Please make sure to check it out. It is a free community event, and you are not going to be disappointed. Go out and support the arts, everybody, because it is very, very strong on Guam. All right, time for another commercial break, but when we come back, we will be talking about Earth Day and how you can get involved, celebrate this wonderful planet that we have been given. Please stay tuned. The link continues on a Friday right after this.
Start off your middays with the menu on KUAM News Hotspot, your preview to the big